Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am VC Pramod and with me is Prashant Kumar Sinha with the evening news. The headlines. High-level delegation talks between Indian and Chinese military held to address current border situation. Northeast emerged as a role model for development, says Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. COVID-19 recovery rate is 48.2%. Over 114,000 people have recovered so far. Around 65,000 stranded Indians brought back home under Vande Bharat mission. And Ministry of Women and Child Development constitutes a task force to examine issues related to lowering maternal mortality rate. High-level talks between the Indian and Chinese military officials concluded at Moldo-Chushul border post on the Chinese side. Our correspondent reports Lieutenant General level army officers of India and China held discussions to address the current situation in the border areas. This comes a day after the foreign ministry officials of both the nations on Friday reviewed overall scenario of bilateral relations. Joint Secretary East Asia and Ministry of External Affairs Naveen Srivastav held talks with Wu Hinghiao, Director General in the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, through video conference yesterday. In this context, they recalled the consensus reached by the leaders of the two countries that peaceful, stable and balanced relations between India and China will be a positive factor for stability in the current global situation. Both sides also agree that in accordance with the guidance provided by the leadership, the two sides should handle their differences through peaceful discussion, bearing in mind the importance of respecting each other's sensitivities, concerns and aspirations and not allow them to become disputes. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh today said that northeastern region has emerged as a role model in corona management after emerging as a successful model for development in the last 6 years. Dr. Singh said this has become possible due to the priority and patronage of the northeastern region received by the NDA government in the last 6 years. He was addressing the gathering while launching a booklet and its e-version on achievements of the Ministry of Department of Development of the northeastern region on completion of 1 year of the government. The minister congratulated his team for achieving 100% expenditure during 2019-20 and said that there has been a significant development in terms of road, rail and air connectivity in the region. So far, the region has received more than 400 tons of air cargo supply apart from parcel facilities. He said that bamboo will get a special impetus in the post-COVID era and the region will witness young entrepreneurs making a mark in different fields. Dr. Singh stated that the last 1 year has seen significant development in infrastructure, energy and other sectors in the northeastern region.
The Narendra Modi government has recently completed 1 year of its second term. Today we take a look at the steps taken by the Human Resource Development Ministry to ensure quality education in schools and colleges. An amount of 400 crore rupees has been provided for 2019-20 session to create world-class institutions in the field of education. Besides, several steps have been taken to attract bright non-resident Indians back to India to pursue their research in Indian institutions. The government had set up the Atal Innovation Mission to provide exposure to create scientific temper and to cultivate the spirit of curiosity and innovation amongst young minds. A unique initiative for talented students, the Pradhan Mantri Innovative Learning Program Dhruv was launched to explore the talent of outstanding and meritorious students and to help them achieve excellence in their specific areas. The government is also bringing a new national education policy to transform India's higher education system to one of the global best education systems. Our correspondent reports that the HRD ministry has also launched Mano Darpan initiative to provide psychological support to students, teachers and their families for mental health and emotional well-being.
The world's largest teacher training program, Nishtha, was launched for 42 lakh government teachers across the country. Nearly 17 lakh school heads and teachers have been trained under this program in 2019-20. Swayam 2.0 was launched to facilitate online degree programs by top-ranking university. One of the world's largest integrated online junction for school education, Shagun, was launched to improve school education. Swayam Prabha TV channel was also launched to telecast high-class education. In the last 1 year, 31 new Kendriya Vidyalayas opened and 9 new Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas were made functional. Free uniforms were provided to over 8 crore children of classes 1 to 8. A sum of about 120 crore rupees was approved to provide quality education in madrasas and 71 crore rupees released for infrastructure development in minority institutions during 2019-20. With Jitendra Kumar, Suparna Saikya, AIR News, Delhi.
In Madhya Pradesh, on completion of 1 year of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second term, a campaign through video conferencing has been started from today by the state BJP. Union ministers, senior ministers and senior leaders of the party, including state president, are addressing gatherings through video conferencing. A report.
Addressing the party workers through video conferencing, Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said in Jabalpur that Article 370 in Kashmir, Triple Talaq and construction of Ram Temple in Ayodhya were never a matter of politics for the BJP. These have always been issues of national interest to the party, and we have shown our commitment by resolving these issues peacefully. The state BJP President B.D. Sharma informed that the party has taken up this campaign to inform the masses about achievement of the central government. During this campaign, senior leaders of the party will communicate with the intellectual members of the society through virtual meetings and video conferencing. Apart from that, each party worker will contact 100 houses of their booth with the Prime Minister's letter and the achievements of central and state government. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The central government today said the COVID-19 recovery rate is at 48.20% in the country, and the total number of recovered people from coronavirus has reached 1,14,073. During the past 24 hours, 4,611 people were cured of the infection. Speaking exclusively to AIR News, Dr. Harshvardhan said the recovery rate is continuously improving.
लगातार तब से हर रोज जब हम पिछले दिन के मुकाबले बात करते हैं तो हमारा रिकवरी रेट बेहतर होता है। यानी कि जितने भी देश के अंदर आज तक मरीज कोविड से बीमार होकर पॉजिटिव सिद्ध हुए हैं, वो चाहे घर में रहे हों या अस्पताल के अंदर रहे हों, वो उसमें से आधे के करीब जो है 48% से ज्यादा जो मरीज हैं वो ठीक होकर ज्यादा से ज्यादा तकलीफ के बावजूद भी वो अपने घर में जा चुके हैं। और जो बाकी बचे हुए लोग जिनको हम एक्टिव केसेस कहते हैं, जो सिस्टम के अंदर अभी हैं, इलाज जिनका चल रहा है, इसमें भी मेजॉरिटी जो मरीज हैं वो रोड टू रिकवरी यानी ठीक होने की दिशा के अंदर आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। दुनिया के अंदर सबसे कम मोर्टालिटी या फर्टैलिटी रेट यानी कि जो मृत्यु दर है, जो कि हालांकि एक भी व्यक्ति की मौत होती है तो वो हमारे लिए सबके लिए बड़ी कष्टदायक होती है, लेकिन वो सबसे कम हमारा भारत के अंदर है।
About 944 migrant workers stranded in Shopian district in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir have been provided every possible assistance by the Labour Department. They have been accommodated at 5 different locations of the district. To know more, let's listen to our Srinagar correspondent.
Immediately after the announcement of lockdown in Kashmir Valley, Labour Department in District Shopian has mobilized all the available resources and started depositing relief amount directly into the accounts of the registered labourers. In the first phase, the department has disbursed rupees 23 lakh and 65,000 rupees, which was aimed to ease the financial constraints of this class of society. As a second installment, the department has released 23 lakhs and 48,000 rupees in the accounts of these labourers, while in third phase, rupees 23 lakh and 74,000 rupees stands transferred into the accounts of these beneficiaries through direct benefit transfer mode. The 3 installments of relief worth rupees 70 lakh and 87,000 rupees released into the accounts of these beneficiaries for the month of March, April and May has helped the workers to purchase ration and other essential commodities. This is Sunil Kohl for AIR News from Srinagar.
In Jharkhand, the number of COVID-19 cases have been continuously increasing in the state. With the influx of migrant labourers returning to their native places from red zone areas, the state government is focusing on controlling any increase in COVID-19 cases. A report.
46 new cases have been reported so far from Jharkhand in the last 24 hours, taking the toll to 982. All cases reported from the state are of migrant labourers, and almost 700 cases have been detected positive from the stranded labourers who have returned from other states. Chief Minister Hemant Soren has instructed the Deputy Commissioners of all 24 districts to fasten the testing speed in the state so that more number of patients can be detected. Shilpi, AIR News, Ranchi.
As the number of coronavirus patients crossed the 80,000 mark in Maharashtra, Public Health Minister Rajesh Tope today said that the Maharashtra government will procure 10,000 vials of the drug Remdesivir for treating coronavirus patients in the state. Meanwhile, a disciplinary board headed by BJP leader Prashant Shinde also met BMC Commissioner Iqbal Chahal to take stock of the situation in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. More from our Mumbai correspondent.
Maharashtra Public Health Minister Rajesh Tope today said that the expensive medicine is being made available for the poor and needy patients in the state. In a tweet, Tope said it has generated promising results in MERS, COV and SARS, which are also caused by coronavirus. He added that WHO also suggests it may have some positive effects in COVID-19 treatment. Meanwhile, addressing a review meeting on the COVID-19 situation with senior officials in Pune, Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar said negligence by private hospitals during treatment of infected patients is a serious issue. He said strong action will be taken against such hospitals for any unethical practices. On the other hand, the State Minister for Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Protection, Mr. Chhagan Bhujbal, today informed that the Maharashtra government has distributed 68.13 lakh quintals of food grains in the month of April to the poor and needy in the state during the lockdown period, while in the month of May, the state distributed 76.83 lakh quintals of food grains. Besides, 5 kilograms of rice per poor beneficiary is being provided free of cost under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana for the months of April, May and June. City Jain, AR News, Mumbai.
161 more COVID-19 positive cases have been recorded in Andhra Pradesh during the last 24 hours. At least 29 persons have recovered and have been discharged from various COVID hospitals in the state during the past 24 hours. A total 3,588 COVID positive cases recorded so far in Andhra Pradesh, and about 2,323 persons have recovered and have been discharged from various COVID hospitals across the state. About 1,192 persons are currently under COVID treatment.
The Tamil Nadu Education Department has assured that students coming from COVID-19 containment areas would be facilitated to write public examinations in separate rooms in the examination halls. In the state, the 10th and 11th standard public examinations are set to be held from the 15th of this month. Meanwhile, the COVID-19 tally has reached 30,152 today. 1,458 people tested positive, including 1,146 from Chennai. 633 people were discharged after recovery, while 19 died of the disease in the past 24 hours. More from our correspondent.
The COVID-19 situation has led to a slackening in the pace of industrial growth, affecting global industrial climate. To tide over the crisis in Tamil Nadu, the state government is taking efforts to attract fresh investments. Recently, the Chief Minister wrote to several global industrial conglomerates showcasing the business prospects in the state. Today in the CII event, he highlighted that industrial practices have been altered considerably by the pandemic and said the government would always stand by the industry even while taking care of the safety of all. He assured that all-out efforts will be made to improve further the ease of doing business index in the state. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
Kerala's COVID-19 graph continued to rise sharply as 108 people tested positive for the disease today. This is the second consecutive day that reports over 100 cases in a single day. Over 50 patients recovered from the disease. The total number of active cases in the state is now at 1,029, while 762 people have recovered from the disease so far. Meanwhile, tomorrow there will be complete lockdown in the state as part of COVID preventive measures. In Karnataka, during the past 24 hours, 378 new COVID-19 positive cases have been reported, and the total number of positive cases in the state has increased to 5,213. In a single day today, 280 people have been discharged from various hospitals, and so far 1,968 people have been discharged in the state. More from our Bengaluru correspondent.
The positive side, however, is that Chamarajanagar district remains as the only corona-free district in the state. For this achievement, Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshavardhan, called the Deputy Commissioner Dr. M.R. Ravi over phone and appreciated the effort taken by the doctors, nurses, paramedical staff and others to control the pandemic. Chikmagaluru district too is free from infection after 5 people were discharged from the government hospital today. Speaking to media, the Deputy Commissioner Dr. Bagari Gautam said that wearing mask, using sanitizer and following social distancing has yielded the positive results. R. Murthy, AAR News, Bengaluru.
The National Chemical Laboratory NCL Pune has successfully developed an indigenous nasopharyngeal NP swab for collecting samples from the throat cavity of patients affected with coronavirus, which causes the COVID-19. The NCL, a lab under the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR), will manufacture 1 lakh nasopharyngeal swabs a day, a press release issued by the organization said.
Nepal has reported 2 more COVID-19 fatalities. A 58-year-old male and a 55-year-old female died of coronavirus. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, with this, the COVID-19 deaths in the Himalayan nation have reached 13. The ministry spokesperson said 323 more persons were diagnosed with COVID-19 during the past 24 hours. The number of coronavirus cases in Nepal has crossed the 3,000 mark and has reached 3,235. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. High-level delegation talks held between Indian and Chinese military to address the current border situation. Northeast has emerged as a role model for development, says Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. COVID-19 recovery rate is at 48.20%. Over 1,14,000 people have recovered so far. Around 65,000 stranded Indians brought back home under Vande Bharat mission, and Ministry of Women and Child Development constitutes a task force to examine issues related to lowering maternal mortality rate. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान रखो, बड़े बुजुर्गों का तुम ध्यान रखो, महामारी से लड़ना है बहुत जरूरी, ज्यादा पास न जाना, रखो 2 गज दूरी, सुरक्षित दादा दादी नाना नानी अभियान, अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान.
Air India sold over 22,000 seats in just 15 hours for destinations in United States, Canada, United Kingdom and Europe for the 3rd phase of Vande Bharat mission. Civil Aviation Minister tweeted earlier that nearly 65,000 people have been brought back since the 6th of May under the mission. Looking at the overwhelming response, the national carrier informed today that it will offer more seats on its flights under the 3rd phase of Vande Bharat mission. Sale of tickets for the flights under the 3rd phase of Vande Bharat mission commenced at 5 in the evening yesterday, and by 8 in the morning today, maximum number of tickets have already been booked. In a statement, Air India stated that its website saw an exceptionally high traffic with over 6 crore visits in a short span of this time. This traffic is considered to be 6 to 7 times more than the usual website hits. Under Vande Bharat mission, 90 stranded Indian nationals from Kuwait reached Gaya in Bihar this afternoon. They were stranded due to lockdown in view of the corona pandemic. Out of these passengers, 89 are from Bihar, while 1 passenger is from Jharkhand. The Jharkhand passenger was sent to his state. Passengers of Bihar were sent for quarantine for 7 days in different hotels at Bodh Gaya, arranged by the state government after thermal screening.
More than 100 passengers, including 13 from Ramanathapuram and 10 from Trichy districts, arrived by Air India Express flight from Kuwait to Trichy this evening. The passengers, who were administered swab tests, were later sent to their home districts by special state transport buses from Trichy. INS Jal Ashwa embarked 700 Indian nationals and departed for India yesterday evening. The ship reached Male on the 4th of June for her 3rd trip under Operation Samudra Setu. The ship is expected to reach Tuticorin tomorrow. Under the Vande Bharat mission, Indian Navy is bringing back Indian nationals from foreign countries.
The government has constituted a task force to examine issues related to age of motherhood, lowering maternal mortality rate and improvement of nutritional levels. The task force will be headed by Jaya Jetli and it will submit its report by 31st of July next month. The task force, headed by the Women and Child Development Ministry, will suggest suitable legislations and amendments in existing laws and also chalk out a detailed rollout plan with timelines to implement these recommendations. The task force will examine the issues related to infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, total fertility rate, sex ratio at birth, child sex ratio CSR, and any other issues pertaining to health and nutrition. It will also suggest measures for promoting higher education among women. In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of the leading medical experts on COVID-19. Dr. Nand Kumar, Professor of Psychiatry, AIIMS, suggested people to stay at home, spend time with family members and practice yoga.
We are going to overcome this crisis within a few weeks. In the coming few weeks, stay at home, spend time with the family, do household work, exercise, listen to music, sing with the family, do yoga, meditation, and take care of emotional need of the family.
Dr. Anvita Agarwal, resident Infectious Diseases AIIMS, advised people to not be negligent and stay at their homes.
Coronavirus may be invisible, but the number of people affected are very much visible, and the numbers are increasing from day to day. Don't be negligent. Please stay at home.
In an effort to guard against fake news being circulated on various platforms, we bring you our segment on fact-checking and mythbusters. A widely circulated video on social media wrongly claims that COVID-19 is a bacteria which can be treated with aspirin. The government has clarified that coronavirus is a virus and there is no specific medicinal cure available yet.
The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its bilingual live phone-in program today, will bring listeners a special discussion program on COVID-19, where Rajesh Kotecha, Secretary, Ministry of Ayush, will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free telephone number 1800-115-767. One can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts by #AskAIR. This can be heard tonight on the FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. President Ramnath Kovind has promulgated 2 ordinances with an aim towards giving a boost to the rural economy and to help farmers. These 2 ordinances are the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Ordinance and the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Ordinance 2020. Recently, these 2 ordinances were approved by the Union Cabinet. Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar yesterday wrote to all Chief Ministers informing them of the ordinances and solicited their cooperation in implementation of the reforms. The central government is making comprehensive interventions to facilitate efficiency and effectiveness in agricultural marketing with an aim of raising the income of farmers. The Uttar Pradesh government has issued guidelines for reopening religious places, malls, hotels and restaurants which will be opening in the state from Monday. While the majority of the guidelines adhere to the ones advised by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the state government has put some additional restrictions. AIR correspondent reports that as per the guidelines, religious sites will have to follow all instructions by contacting the local administration and not more than 5 persons can gather at a time in a religious place. A report.
It will be mandatory to have alcohol-based sanitizers and thermal scanners at the entrance of the religious places. Only asymptomatic people will get admission. At the same time, it will be mandatory for everyone to wear a mask. It will be mandatory for devotees to left their shoes and slippers in the car, or a slipper stand should be arranged by the authorities. ACs can be run, but the temperature should be between 24 to 30 degrees. Touching the statues will not be allowed and offering will not be distributed. Group singing will be replaced by records. For shopping malls and restaurants, there are other set of guidelines, according to which in malls, escalators can only be climbed by leaving every alternate step empty, and crowded events cannot be held in hotels or restaurants. Food courts or restaurants can seat customers at 50% capacity only. CCTVs should be functional, and it will be mandatory for every institution to have thermal scanning and alcohol-based sanitizers. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will witness minimum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and maximum 37 degrees Celsius with partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder and lightning. Mumbai will witness generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum and maximum will be 23 degrees Celsius and 33 degrees Celsius respectively. In the south, Chennai will see a partly cloudy sky. The temperature will hover between 28 and 39 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will witness partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. The minimum temperature in the metropolis will be 28 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 37 degrees. In the north, in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature will be 22 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while maximum will be around 37 degrees Celsius. The city will observe mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In Srinagar, the minimum temperature will be 12 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 29 degrees. The city will face mainly clear skies, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In Gilgit, the temperature will hover between 15 and 36 degrees Celsius with mainly clear sky. In Muzaffarabad, partly cloudy sky, becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. The city will witness minimum temperatures of 18 degrees Celsius, while maximum temperature will be around 35 degrees Celsius.
Renowned Bollywood actor Akshay Kumar urged people to stay at home and to avoid unnecessary travel.
घर पर हूँ, उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप भी मुझे घर बैठ के देख रहे होंगे और अगर आप बाहर हैं तो किसी बहुत जरूरी काम से होंगे, क्योंकि अभी हम सब का खुद से ये सवाल पूछना बहुत जरूरी है कि क्या मेरा बाहर जाना जरूरी है, क्या मेरा बाहर जाना सुरक्षित है। कोरोना वायरस छुट्टी पर नहीं, काफी जोर शोर से काम कर रहा है, ओवर टाइम कर रहा है। इस रेस में वो आगे चल रहा है, लेकिन रेस अभी बाकी है, जीता नहीं है। हम जीत सकते हैं, हमें जीतना ही होगा।
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the Pratham Puja of this year's Swami Amarnath Ji Yatra to the holy cave shrine in South Kashmir Himalayas was performed amid chanting of Vedic mantras and the Havan. The Havan was jointly organized by Sri Amarnath Ji Shrine Board and Baba Amarnath and Bada Amarnath Yatri Niyas on the auspicious day of Jeth Purnima yesterday at Sri Chaitanya Ashram Talabtillo, Jammu. Due to the prevailing COVID-19 situation, the venue for the Pratham Puja was changed this year from Chandanbari, Kashmir to Chaitanya Ashram at Jammu. All the rituals were performed by adopting the necessary SOPs, as such social distancing and use of masks. India's foreign exchange reserves have surged by $3.43 billion to reach a fresh all-time high of $493.48 billion in the week ending 29th of last month. An RBI press release has informed that foreign currency assets, a major part of the overall reserves, rose by $3.5 billion to over $455 billion. In the previous week, the reserves had increased by $3 billion to end at over $490 billion. However, the total value of gold reserves continued to decline. Gold reserves went down by $97 million to end at $32.68 billion.
Former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden has formally become the Democratic presidential nominee to run for the White House against President Donald Trump in the elections in November this year. Biden took his tally of pledged delegates over the halfway mark of 1,991 from a total of 3,979 last night, thus becoming eligible to earn the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. The veteran Democrat served as the 47th Vice President of the United States from 2009 to 2017 during the presidency of Barack Obama. He would be formally nominated at the Democratic National Convention in Wisconsin in August. Biden has been consistently supportive of the India-US relations. As a senator, he had voted to approve the landmark civilian nuclear deal between the two countries in 2008.
The Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, has come together with Atal Innovation Mission AIM to promote a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in various sectors. A letter of intent was signed in this regard between CSIR and NITI Aayog yesterday.
And now, before we end, the headlines once again. High-level delegation talks between Indian and Chinese military held to address current border situation. Northeast emerged as a role model for development, says Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. COVID-19 recovery rate is 48.2%. Over 114,000 people have recovered so far. Around 65,000 stranded Indians brought back home under Vande Bharat mission. And Ministry of Women and Child Development constitutes a task force to examine issues related to lowering maternal mortality rate. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the evening news.